Hello, everyone. Please like, subscribe, and share. We'll go to Child Abuse Awareness. Darlene J. Clark. Be a part of the solution instead of part of the problem. Please like, subscribe, and share. Hello. I'm glad that you're here. How you doing tonight? Hope you're doing good. It's good to see you again. My internet keeps going off, so I'm having to fight that. Let's start off with Matthew 18, verse 6. But whoso shall offend one of these little ones which believe in me, better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck, and that he were drowned in the depths of the sea. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Hope you're doing good. Live review. We'll go to some of the latest stuff that I have seen. How are you doing tonight? I'm in trouble with the internet, like I said. So it's going the other computer. I'm doing pretty good. My voice is trying to go away. Thank you. Here's that sweet little boy. 30-year-old Wisconsin boy has been missing for 2 days, and mom was just jailed. Elijah View was last seen around 8 a.m. on Tuesday morning. His mom had been taken into custody, but it's unclear what charges she might face. The mother of the 3-year-old Wisconsin boy, who had been missing since Tuesday morning, has been taken into custody, according to inmate records reviewed by People. Elijah View 3 was last seen at 8 a.m. on Tuesday morning, according to investigators. His mother, Katrina Board, first appeared on the Manitowoc County Jail's inmate list on Wednesday morning. The outlet reported that Jesse Bang, a man who lives at the same address where Vu was last seen on Tuesday, was also in custody. Burr, 31, and Bang, 39, were still listed as inmates of the Manitowoc County Jail on Thursday morning. An updated prisoner list showed, but it's unclear why they were taken into custody or if they're facing charges. We're extremely worried. We're all emotional at this point. At the moment, Orson View, Elijah's uncle, told local WBAY, we don't want to think of the bad stuff that may have possibly happened to him, and we're hopeful. Two Rivers Police Chief Ben Minart would not say whether authorities had a suspect in custody when asked at a press conference on Wednesday. There's that precious sweet boy. Elijah was reported missing by an adult caretaker, by his adult caretaker, who called 911 on Tuesday morning. I remember being on Facebook the other day and this woman that was claiming to be his mom claiming she hadn't seen him. Elijah is described as having Hmong and white ethnicity with dark blonde hair and brown eyes. Police have in a news release Tuesday he was last seen wearing gray pants, a long sleeved dark shirt, and red and green dinosaur shoes. He is possibly carrying a red and white plaid blanket. Police said Elijah also has a birthmark on his left knee. On Wednesday night, miners said authorities have been working tirelessly to search for the boy since the morning before, including searches through local neighborhoods, parks, wooded areas, and more. We'll continue to follow every and all avenues, the police chief said. Our hearts go out to Elijah's family during this incredibly difficult time. We want to assure them that, and the public that we are doing everything to bring Elijah home safely. It said, to be sure, there there has been hundreds of community members who aided in the search of the missing boy since Tuesday. It monitored as a public to continue to aid in the search, including pass along any information they find to police. The Two Rivers Police Department is asking all residents to search any outbuildings, vehicles, or any other concealed areas they may have on their property in an attempt to locate Elijah. Authorities asked on Tuesday, additionally, if residents have surveillance cameras or ring doorbells. We're asking the public to please check them for images of Elijah. Minert said investigators could use any piece of information the public might know, no matter how insignificant it may seem. Every piece of information could be the key to bringing Elijah home, the police chief said. Then we go to this one right here. I'll need to mute myself. So please bear with me. Hello, Chris. Good to see you. I'll go and I will mute myself so that y'all can hear.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us here at 4:30. We begin with the latest in the search for missing 3-year-old Elijah Vu of Two Rivers. This is what we know right now. As we first alerted you earlier today, Elijah's mother, Katrina Bauer, is in the Manitowoc County Jail, referred on possible charges of party to a crime, child neglect. Community groups are continuing their searches of the areas around where Elijah went missing on Tuesday morning. And then there is this scene at a landfill near Hilbert, one of the 3 landfills that Manitowoc County uses to dispose of trash. You can see multiple investigators on that site. They are combing through an area that is marked off by police tape. We also know the FBI is on that scene. What we don't know is if this scene is connected to the search for Elijah, only that it is the site of an active investigation. We have crews on that scene working to learn more. For more on what we do know about the mother being in custody and the ongoing search, let's join Brittany Schmidt live in Two Rivers. And Brittany, let's just start with what you know about the mom being in custody tonight.
Right. So, Chris, we went right to the Manitowoc County Courthouse this morning, right to the clerk's office, and they weren't able to give us a sheet of when she was supposed to be in court, but we were able to provide her name, a name of another person that is likely connected to this case, and then the clerk's office was able to tell us that they were supposed to be in court at 12:45 today, but around 11 we learned that that was no longer the case. They delayed it until tomorrow afternoon. We do know that the mom, Katrina Bauer, has been in custody, in police custody, since yesterday morning around 3:48 in the morning. And I asked them what is she being held on, and I was told that a possible charge of party to a crime of child neglect. Now, the other individual that was supposed to appear as well, we are not identifying him because we have not truly connected him to this case, but he is going to appear alongside her. He has been in custody since the night of the disappearance of Elijah Vu. He is looking at a possible charge of child neglect as well.
All right, Brittany, you mentioned there that they were originally scheduled to appear today at 12:45. That's been pushed back. You've covered a lot of court cases. What kinds of things could lead to a postponement like this?
You know, Chris, it's not unusual, but it was unexpected in this case because we had confirmed it this morning. But there are several things that could lead to the delay. Did investigators need a little bit more information, more probable cause to hold them? Did they get more information and are trying to go through all of those avenues? Did one of them talk to police and tell them what may have happened or where Elijah is, or that they have no idea where he is? All of this stuff. So many reasons as to could there be potential other charges that they're looking at. So really everything is unconfirmed at this point. We won't know until police tell us. But as soon as we did learn that their court appearances had been delayed, we went right to the clerk's office, asked them why. I was told that it's been sealed. So I went to the district attorney's office and asked them why it's been delayed. They could not comment at the time, just to say that they will likely appear tomorrow.
All right, Brittany, we mentioned that the FBI was on the scene at that landfill in Hilbert. We also know the FBI, and again, that scene we don't know is connected, but we know the FBI has been involved in the search for Elijah as well. What have you heard from them on this?
Yeah, so I had contact with them around 2:30, 3 o'clock this afternoon, just asking what their role in this is, because we know when an Amber Alert comes down, the FBI is going to respond. They told me that Two Rivers Police Department is still taking lead on the investigation. The FBI is here to assist local and state agencies. They're assisting with resources. I tried to ask the FBI, what kind of resources are they providing here? She was not able to give me that information. She said that's confidential at this time. So that's the extent of what I know that the FBI is here doing.
All right, Brittany, thanks so much. And we still await an update, if possible, from Two Rivers Police, as Brittany said, the lead investigator unit on this story. We will continue to follow this story. We'll have team coverage, and we will first alert you of any developments both on air and on our app online. Action 2 News at 4:30 returns right after this.
Alert station. Action 2 News at 4:30 starts now.
We don't want to think about the bad stuff that may possibly have happened to him, and we're hopeful.
Elijah! Elijah! Elijah!
Being a mother, like I said, I have a 3-year-old boy, so knowing that the community is here supporting is just so comforting to know that, because if this were to happen to my family, I know the community has my back.
The search for a missing 3-year-old in Two Rivers now moves into its second day. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us here at 4:30. These are live looks right now at Two Rivers, where the search for Elijah Vu is in its 32nd hour. We have multiple crews on the scene, both downtown, an apartment complex that has been of interest in this case. We'll receive an update from law enforcement, we are told, sometime later today. This is an aerial view of search parties this morning as they began their searches. And as we've been following, 3-year-old Elijah was last seen at a home on Mishicot Road yesterday morning around 8 a.m. He was reported missing by an adult caregiver 3 hours later. An Amber Alert was issued yesterday afternoon. Law enforcement, first responders, search crews, as you see, have been combing the area throughout the night and at times collecting any evidence. And that search continues at this hour. Let's bring in our Jason Zimmerman live from Two Rivers, as he has been following this all day long. Jason, what are you seeing now? What is happening right now to your knowledge?
Well, Chris, we're hoping to hear from investigators soon. We have not heard from police since the beginning of this search for Elijah Vu. Right behind me now, this apartment complex that we've been talking to, that's right off Mishicot Road. I can tell you that for most of the day, there's been a heavy police presence here. We've seen the DCI as well in the parking lot with their vehicles. So there's been a search that has focused around this apartment complex, which we believe is a place of interest. It may possibly be the last place where Elijah was seen before he went missing yesterday. I can also tell you it's a spot last night when I was out here on the far side of the building, right where I'm pointing there. That's where police had surrounded that area by the tree, and they found certain items which were put into evidence bags and taken with them. Now, we don't want to speculate on what those items were, but there were several items here, and we don't know whether they were connected to Elijah or not. Police would not comment at the moment they were removing those items, but we do know that evidence has been collected out here and that the search across the city is still ongoing.
Jason, we had some comments from folks at the beginning of the show. Some you gathered today. Who did you talk to today? What did they tell you?
Well, I talked to several people who are searching right around this apartment complex, a lot of them neighbors, people in the community. But the one key person that I spoke to was Elijah's uncle, Orson Vu. He happened to stop by here on the road. I spoke to him last night when he pulled up, and so I recognized him right away. I went back over there. I talked to him. He gave me a lot more information today. He says he was briefed by a detective early this morning who basically said, you know, we're going to continue this search throughout the day, but he didn't have a whole lot of new information. So the family's telling me, the uncle told me they're just waiting for details. They're still holding out hope. They're extremely worried right now. He says they're having more family come to the area today in light of what has happened to be together. And so they're just out there asking people once again that if you have information to please go to the police and share it. He says that, you know, they are worried and they are very grateful, though, for the hundreds of volunteers that have Elijah at this point.
Jason, to our eye, what's happening behind you, there's not as much activity as maybe, you mentioned what you saw last night. Is there still police presence on the other side of that building, that apartment complex?
Well, up until just a short time ago, there was a decent police presence out here in the parking lot. As I mentioned, both local police and the DCI. I can tell you that right now there's a single police car sitting over here over my left shoulder that's keeping an eye on the area. But I believe it's just to, you know, guard evidence or guard a perimeter to keep people away that shouldn't be in a particular spot. But the majority of the police did leave a short time ago. And again, it might have to do with them telling us that they're going to release an updated statement a short time from now with some new details. So we don't know what they're doing at the moment, but I can tell you the command, the vehicle that was out here as well, left also today a short time ago. So at this point, we're just waiting to hear what police might potentially tell us in the next hour or so.
All right, Jason, let's go to that wait. You've covered a lot of cases like this in your career. Is it unusual? I mean, we're talking 30 plus hours since he was last seen. It's been 18 plus hours since we last had a release of information from law enforcement. That came last night via social media. We're told it's going to happen again later today, but there's been a long gap here. Is that unusual?
You know, I've covered a lot of these cases where kids have gone missing or people have gone missing over the last few decades, and I can tell you that it's somewhat unusual. Typically, when somebody goes missing, you see the police on television right away. They're trying to put out a description of a potential suspect. They're asking people for information, providing any type of clues that they can. That was not the case here. We've yet to hear police go on TV or take questions from the local media. So that is a little bit unusual. The other thing is we don't know what happened here. We were told that the child was last seen around 8 a.m., but was reported missing around 11. So yesterday, between those hours, you know, is kind of a mystery, and that's one of the questions we'd like to ask. And also, you know, typically a search party might go door to door. You know, you see posters go up, you see family members speaking out. We remember that with Teresa Hallbuck many years ago when she went missing in Manitowoc in County, and that was the plea that went out. We haven't quite seen that. But we have seen a search that's focused on the water. We've seen boats go out, and we've also seen a search with ATVs on farmland right outside the city. So a little bit different type of atmosphere.
All right, Jason, thanks so much, and we'll get that update from you as soon as it becomes available. Again, law enforcement telling us.
There have been plenty of
Get it where y'all can hear me. Well, I had heard that they had found some dogs hit on a dumpster and hit on a scent. His scent, a dumpster, and possibly his shoe was off around a dumpster, and the scent was also at Dollar Tree. That's what I heard at Dolly Visions. Give him credit for that. Missing child's mother is being charged. Here's the update, 2/22/2024 at 12:45. Reporter Stephen Devine was at the courthouse for the hearing, and he reported that the hearing has been canceled. The bail hearings have been moved to tomorrow, February 23rd. We'll confirm with the Manitowoc County Courthouse that the mother of 3-year-old Elijah View was arrested and being charged. 31-year-old Katrina Bauer was in court this afternoon for a bail hearing. Additionally, 39-year-old Jesse Bang has been tied to the case, but his relationship with Elijah and Katrina could not be confirmed by our contact in the courthouse. The bail hearing is being held at 12:45 p.m., at which time the exact charges the duo are facing will be revealed. Okay. Here is where, let's go ahead and we'll hear. Of course, I have to change the setting again. Can y'all hear me okay?
This family will get 2 bathrooms. And finally, one vacationer will say,
"Yeah, whew, I'm gonna live here."
But as the euphoria subsides, the realization hits.
I gotta sell the house.
Don't worry, just sell and buy in one move when you start with Open Door.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yes. Start with an all-cash offer at opendoor.com.
We begin with the case of missing 3-year-old Elijah Vu in Two Rivers. Local 5's Timothy Latow joins us now with the latest on possible criminal charges in this case. Hi, Timothy.
Caitlin, I'm outside Elijah's apartment where investigators are still searching for more clues as to where he may be. We do know where his mother is. We've learned that she is in police custody. The Manitowoc County Clerk of Courts tells me that Elijah's mother, Katrina Bauer, along with another person, were expected to appear in court today for a joint bail hearing. The Clerk of Courts says Bauer could be facing a child neglect charge as a party to the crime. But those court appearances were canceled when a detective suddenly requested to postpone the hearing and the judge agreed. That's now tentatively scheduled for tomorrow at 12:45 p.m. Elijah has been missing for nearly 2.5 days, but volunteers searching for him are not giving up hope.
Because he's such a cute little boy and we feel sorry for him. If we can find him, great. But no luck.
And we'll have more coming up on Local 5 News at 5 about the volunteer who's imploring others to join in on the search. For now, live in Two Rivers, Timothy Latow, Local 5 News.
All right, Timothy, thank you very much.
I would like for somebody that has capabilities of looking at the records, because according to Dolly Vision, he said that Jesse, the guy that was helping take care of Elijah, has got past charges of SA, sexual assault, strangulation, other violent like that. So please pray for this little boy, that they did not do anything nefarious. They are speculating that he has been abducted, but we know all about hearing about that with the different people in different cases and the abduction theories. That's what another reason why they're searching the landfill, I suppose, is because of the dog hitting on this boy's scent outside of a dumpster. I don't know why it's not being said here. So I'm going to go to here and look at him again. Excuse me. Oh yeah, and I'm going to show you also the sorry. Let's see, search for missing boy. So a lot of this was an hour ago. So I will go ahead and get that in there as well. All the information that we can show is very imperative. Can you hear me okay? Our bucket, can you hear me? Good. I was hoping again. Okay. We go to here where try to get this out of here. Mother, let me put dismiss here. Mother of Elijah View due in court Friday, unknown if related to missing child case. This is February 24th. We're learning more about the family of Elijah View, a 3-year-old boy who police say went missing in Two Rivers on Tuesday. We kindly met county court records. We confirmed his mother is Katrina Bauer. According to the Manitowoc County Clerk, a circuit court's office, she was referred on a child neglect charge. She has not been formally charged. The court did not confirm whether or not this referred charge is related to the missing children. In a news release Thursday night concerning Elijah, Two Rivers Police said Bauer and Jesse Bank are due in court Friday afternoon on an allegation of child neglect. Police did not identify Bang's relationship to the situation. It is unknown whether those court appearances are related to the disappearance of Elijah. Bauer was booked into the Manitowoc County Jail and the bond hearing for her on Thursday was canceled. Authorities haven't told us anything yet. Let me show you this right here is the Manitowoc County Jail prisoners listing. Here she is right here. Trina Beatrice Bauer. 31 female, white. That's her. And then we go on down, go to the V's. And we see her roommate. Yes, he lives there. Jesse Bang, 39 years old, male, Asian. I figured there's information and the rest we should know more tomorrow on what the judge decides, what kind of prosecutions will be handed out. The thoughts and prayers that this boy is found safe. A lot of us are not as positive since he's got a missing shoe. But you know, kids all the time, they miss their shoes, and the kids lost their shoes on a lot of different occasions when they were walking, different things like that. So let's hope and pray that he's going to be found safe. But Bang has a history of abuse and SA and strangulation. The guy she left in charge of her little baby has this history of hurting kids. Maybe that's why she was arrested, putting him in harm's way. But thank you so much, everyone. And if you hear anything, please let me know. I would like to show the facts. You know, I just don't want to say word of mouth. I cannot say for certain that some of these things were said and done until I see the words right in front of me. Until I see the words right in front of me, I'm not going to say it's a bona fide fact. Right, thank you so much, and I hope y'all have a good night's rest. Thank you so much for coming tonight. God bless y'all.